A decision is taking shape behind the scenes, and it could surface in one series against San Francisco. Who lines up where in front of Justin Herbert? What will the staff hide? And which young player gets the real test? Bolt fam, get ready. The score is noise. The clues tell the story. Today we are tracking 4 across the offensive line, 1 speed weapon, and 2 quiet battles for position. If you study every Los Angeles move, subscribe and hit like. We demand answers before September. Start with the picture the coaching staff cannot hide. Jim Harbaugh said the starters will play 1 series against the 49ers. It could last 3 snaps, cross the field, or end scoreless. Every alignment still carries information. After Tyler Biadasz's injury, the first-team offense has become a snapshot of the solution being built inside the facility. If Jake Slaughter opens at center, look beyond the snap. Who makes the pre-snap adjustments? How does the protection respond when San Francisco threatens both interior gaps? Can the rookie keep the offense breathing without turning every call into survival mode? Kayode Awosika could line up beside him and enter the left guard competition. That combination reveals how much the coaches trust this plan and how hard they are still searching. The most intriguing detail may surface after Herbert and the starters leave. With Keenan Allen now in Indianapolis, Brennan Thompson is no longer another fast name near the bottom of the room. He has space to build a role. Against Houston, he drew 6 targets, tying Keandre Lambert-Smith for the team lead. He played 30 snaps and ran a route on 95%. The volume was there. The usage still did not explore what makes Thompson different. Only 2 reps came from the slot. That sounds minor, but it offers a revealing laboratory clue. Mike McDaniel could move him inside, send him across the formation, and force the defense to chase speed through traffic. He could also test Thompson outside with 1 or 2 deep shots, seeing whether that threat survives physical coverage and a tightening window. Thompson has shown he can compete at the catch point. Now he must prove he can change a defense's geometry. Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnston, and Trey Harris begin as the established trio, while the tight end room points toward heavier personnel packages. That limits opportunities, but it also makes each one more revealing. Thompson does not need to control the entire game. He needs to offer something no other reserve delivers the same way. If he stretches coverage, clears space underneath, and produces when the ball arrives, McDaniel has a hidden resource for the season. That is the investigation tonight. Do not count empty catches. Read the intention. When a coach draws up a specific August play for one player, he is telling you he sees a January possibility. After Allen's departure, Los Angeles cannot leave its speed locked in a drawer. San Francisco is where you open it and learn whether Thompson is only depth or a piece capable of changing the plan. None of those receiver experiments matter if the middle of the line cannot carry the operation. Biadasz's injury removed the veteran expected to stabilize an interior with 3 new starters. He was the centerpiece of the Chargers' free agent push, connecting the changes inside with 2 tackles returning from season-ending injuries. His absence creates more than an opening. It removes the group's reference point. Jake Slaughter returns to the position he knows best. The rookie had been developing at left guard, a slow transition despite encouraging moments against Houston. The emergency flips the script. Instead of a project at a new position, he could become the immediate starter at center. Preseason Week 2 is no longer a standard rehearsal. It is an evaluation that could change Joe Hortiz's next move. But Bolt fam, here is where the story gets interesting. If Slaughter shows control, communication, and balance against San Francisco, Los Angeles buys time without tearing up its plan. He need not look like a finished veteran overnight. The operation simply cannot collapse around him. Clean snaps, sound pressure identification, and resetting his base after contact would offer evidence that an internal path exists. Trouble arrives if those signs never show. Behind Slaughter, the listed alternative is undrafted free agent Jacob Spomer. That is thin insurance for a season carrying enormous weight around Justin Herbert and Mike McDaniel's offense. A quarterback at this level cannot enter the season dependent on improvisation, where instant pressure destroys timing, processing, and confidence. The personnel department is likely tracking cuts, free agents, and trades. The Chargers have roughly $40.5 million in cap space and draft capital to move. Resources do not create players, though. Reliable centers are rarely available in August, and urgency raises the price once another team recognizes your need. Behind closed doors, the argument is patience versus cost. Wait for Slaughter, or overpay to reduce risk. His age cannot soften the standard. Slaughter must command protections, sync the snap with Herbert, and stay clear-headed after a bad rep. A mistake at center does not disappear outside the formation. It takes the shortest route to the quarterback. That is why the staff must learn how he responds when a defense speeds up his decisions. There is a domino effect at left guard. If Slaughter settles at center, Awosika gets the clearest path to the first unit. It might work, but 2 decisions now depend on the same emergency. A strong night settles both positions. An unstable one forces Hortiz to seek more than a backup, possibly someone ready immediately. The box score comes second. Slaughter's response after a mistake will show how much of the 2026 season the Chargers can place in his hands right now. From the tension inside the line, the field flips sides, and so does the temperature. Akheem Mesidor enters the second preseason game with his stock rising, not through a flashy statistic, but through what he repeats in camp: effort and intensity. Harbaugh praised that effort after the Houston opener. Mesidor played 9 snaps without a pressure, far too small a sample to settle anything. The behind-the-scenes clue lies in the opportunities. N'Dame Tucker, Kyle Kennard, and Bud Dupree compete behind him, while Mesidor works to become the complementary pass rusher this defense needs. Energy alone is not enough. He must turn it into disruption. Compress the pocket, move the quarterback off his spot, and create finishes for the opposite rusher. I like his trajectory because it does not depend on a viral play. Mesidor's stock is climbing through daily consistency and the possibility of a larger role. Across a long season, nobody generates pressure alone for 4 quarters. A complementary rusher keeps the offense from loading its protection in one place. When both edges demand respect, interior paths open too. Against San Francisco, Mesidor needs time to build a sequence, not just produce a flash. How does he respond after losing his first matchup? Can he change his approach or keep relying on the same burst? Does he hold his run responsibility while chasing the quarterback? Those answers shape the report discussed after the game. The verdict remains stock up. I will not turn August praise into a guaranteed job or future production. Mesidor earned this opportunity through his approach and intensity. Now he can convert that credit into evidence. A strong rush might not end in a sack. If it speeds up the read, breaks the play's rhythm, and lets another defender finish, it has shown real value. That separates decorative depth from a rotation built to survive a season. Los Angeles needs players who can enter without draining the defense's aggression. Mesidor signals he could be one of them. The second game will show whether that effort holds up once the opponent answers back. The quietest movement among these 4 stories may carry major value for the protection plan's future. Travis Burke left the first preseason game as one of the roster's biggest risers. He did not give back that ground during the next week of camp. For a 4th-round pick, that run changes the conversation from developmental prospect to reliable option. Against Houston, Burke allowed 2 pressures across 30 pass-blocking snaps. The numbers say work remains, but the reps showed more: athleticism, clean footwork, and the ability to function against a pass rush that still had teeth without its starters. He did not win everything. He showed the tools to understand why he lost and the physical ability to correct it. In August, that process matters. Trey Pipkins III is established as the Chargers' 2026 swing tackle, so Burke need not be forced into an unearned role. The value lies in developing the rookie without demanding an instant savior while he pressures the depth chart through performance. If he keeps progressing, Los Angeles gains security at a position where one absence can reorganize the entire line. Notice how this connects with the crisis at center. When Biadasz goes down, attention shifts to Slaughter in left guard. One answer cannot protect an offensive line. Protection comes from options at several spots, avoiding 5 improvised changes because of one injury. Burke validating the 4th-round investment creates flexibility now and potential savings later. There is a difference between collecting bodies and developing substitutes the staff trusts on the field. Burke is moving toward the second category. His stock rises because technique is matching the athletic profile and because the performance came against enough resistance to matter. San Francisco provides another exam: different angles, speed, power, and correcting mistakes within the series. Open the war room with me in the comments. Name one rep from these 4 young players decisive enough to change the roster hierarchy. Thompson winning deep, Slaughter adjusting a pressure, Mesidor collapsing the pocket, Burke erasing a difficult rush. Do not choose the popular name. Choose the signal the coaching staff could not ignore. Burke remains behind Pipkins, giving him room to develop responsibly. A 4th-round pick looks like an excellent investment when he provides competence before desperation hits. After one interior injury shifted the board, quiet stability at tackle deserves attention. Behind the scenes, this game is about decisions, not the result. Thompson could force McDaniel to create a role. Slaughter could calm, or accelerate, the search for help. Mesidor is trying to turn intensity into impact. Burke is building trust without skipping steps. Los Angeles has talent, but Thursday will reveal who can hold the plan together when it changes. Subscribe to Los Angeles Chargers News today and come back after the game so we can check each clue. Bolt fam, I need your opinion on this one. Which bet offers the better risk-reward balance? Giving young players room now, or adding experience before the season begins? Give me your confidence level.